you?
Ma'am, could you step back from the vehicle for a moment?
I'm sorry, is there a problem?
We received a call and just need to verify everything.
I'm a customer. I'm here discussing a purchase.
Understood. Just keeping things clear.
I'm coordinating a multi-vehicle order.
All right. Thank you for your cooperation.
Officer Daniels had no idea what he just walked into. In the next 3 days, he would lose his job. He would face a huge lawsuit. His face would be seen by millions of people online. The woman he just put in handcuffs was a federal prosecutor. She worked for the U.S. Attorney's Office. She had put over 200 criminals in prison. Many of them were bad cops. She spent her career fighting police who break the law, and now she was about to become her own case. The showroom had 8 cameras. They caught everything. Even the moment when the manager tried to warn the officer who he was messing with, he did not listen. Before I continue, let me ask you something. Have you ever been treated badly by someone in power? Tell me your story in the comments. But Officer Daniels had no clue who he just put in handcuffs. Her name was Denise Lawson. She was 42 years old. She worked as an assistant U.S. attorney. That means she was a federal prosecutor. Her job was to put criminals in prison. But here is the twist. Her specialty was police misconduct. She spent 14 years going after cops who broke the law. She won over 200 cases. Her win rate was 94%. Almost every case she took, she won. She went to Harvard Law School. She finished in the top 10% of her class. She was so good at her job that she trained other lawyers. She even trained FBI agents. 3 different police academies used her training book, so why was she at a Tesla showroom on a Saturday? Her team had just won a big civil rights case. She promised them a reward, 10 brand new Teslas, 1 for each person on her team. The total cost was $380,000. She walked in wearing jeans and a college sweatshirt. She looked like any normal person. She did not look like one of the most powerful lawyers in the state. That was the problem. Officer Daniels saw a black woman in casual clothes. He did not see a federal prosecutor. And that mistake was about to destroy his career. Now here is what happened next. Officer Derek Daniels was 38 years old. He had been a cop for 8 years. He worked in a rich part of town. Fancy stores. Nice cars. Expensive homes. But Daniels had a problem. His file was full of complaints. 11 complaints in 8 years. That is more than 1 complaint per year. 9 of those complaints came from black or Hispanic people, and almost all of them happened in nice stores or car dealerships. In 2019, he stopped a black man at a Mercedes dealership. The man was a surgeon. He was just buying a car. Daniels said he looked suspicious. The city paid money to settle that case quietly. In 2021, he called for backup on a Hispanic family at a jewelry store. The manager had to step in and tell him to leave them alone. He got a warning on his record. In 2023, something interesting happened. Daniels was at this same Tesla showroom. He stopped a black man for standing around. That man was a real estate investor. He was waiting to pick up his new car. The police department knew about all of this. They told Daniels to take special training about treating people fairly. He was supposed to take it twice. He never did. Let me know in the comments. Should cops like this be allowed to keep their jobs? Type yes or no below. But this time was different. This time, the woman he stopped had spent her whole career putting cops like him in prison. It was Saturday, March 15, 2024. The time was 2:47 inches the afternoon. The Tesla showroom was inside a fancy mall. It was a normal busy weekend. Families walked around looking at cars. Kids pressed their faces against the windows of a Cybertruck. Soft music played in the background. Marcus Chen was the sales manager. He had worked at Tesla for 6 years. Brittany was a sales worker. She had talked to Denise on the phone earlier that week. When Denise walked in, Brittany smiled big. "Miss Lawson, we have all 10 cars ready for you." Denise smiled back. She asked to see the cars before signing the papers. She walked over to a white Model 3. She ran her hand across the hood. At 3:02, an older white woman near the front desk started watching Denise. She whispered something to another customer. She looked upset. At 3:08, Officer Daniels walked through the front door. He looked around the showroom. His eyes landed on Denise. He started walking toward her. The older woman who made the call left the store. She did not want to be there for what happened next. If stories like this matter to you, hit that subscribe button right now. Because what happened in the next few minutes changed everything. Officer Daniels walked up to Denise. She was still looking at the white Model 3. "Ma'am, I need to see some ID," he said. Denise turned around slowly. "Of course. May I ask what this is about? We got a report of suspicious activity. I'm a customer. I'm buying cars today. Daniels raised his eyebrows. Cars? More than one? Yes. 10 of them. He did not believe her. You could see it on his face. Brittany saw what was happening. She walked over quickly. Officer, she's with us. She's buying. Daniels put up his hand. I didn't ask you. Step back. Brittany stopped. Her face went pale. Denise stayed calm. I would like to speak with your supervisor. You're speaking with me? Then can you tell me why I'm being questioned? I'm doing my job. Now step away from the vehicle. Denise did not move. Am I being detained? I'm conducting an investigation. Then, I have the right to know why you stopped me. Daniels did not like that answer. He grabbed her arm. Put your hands on the car. Now. I'm a federal prosecutor, Denise said quietly. You are making a serious mistake. Sure you are. He pulled out his handcuffs. Hands. Now? Customers in the store started to notice. An older man spoke up. She was here before you showed up, officer. A young mother pulled out her phone and started recording. Marcus Chen came running from the back office. But it was too late. Daniels put the handcuffs on Denise. He turned her around so she faced the car. Other customers stood frozen. Some had their phones out. Denise did not yell. She did not fight. She just stood there with her hands behind her back. Her face was calm but her eyes were angry. This is the part that gets me. The woman he just handcuffed had sent 3 cops to prison. 3 cops who did the exact same thing he was doing right now. Type the word justice in the comments if you think Denise handled this the right way. Marcus Chen ran up holding an iPad. His hands were shaking. Officer. Officer. Stop. He held up the screen. This woman is spending almost $400,000 today. Daniels looked at the iPad. It showed the order. 10 Tesla Model 3 cars. Pre-approved payment. The name on the order was Denise Lawson. He paused. But he did not take off the handcuffs. Anyone can put a name on a form, he said. Marcus shook his head. No, you don't understand. She's a federal prosecutor. She works for the U.S. attorney. Daniels laughed nervously. People say a lot of things. Denise spoke up. Her voice was steady. My credentials are in my purse. Department of Justice ID. My lawyer card. My business cards. Check them. For the first time, Daniels looked unsure. Ray, the mall security guard, walked over. Officer, I've been here the whole time. She walked in. She went to the desk. She looked at cars. That's it. She didn't do anything wrong. Another customer, a retired teacher named Linda Martinez, spoke up. I watched her come in. She went straight to the salespeople. This is wrong. This is profiling. A young man named David Park held up his phone. I have this whole thing on video. All of it. Daniels looked around. Phones everywhere. All pointed at him. Ray, the security guard, said something important. The lady who called you. She left 5 minutes ago. She didn't even stay to talk to you. Daniels finally grabbed his radio. He called in to check Denise's name. 2 minutes later, the answer came back. Denise Lawson. U.S. Attorney's Office. Credentials confirmed. The color drained from his face. Slowly, he reached for the handcuffs. He unlocked them. Denise brought her hands forward and rubbed her wrists. She did not yell. She did not cry. She looked right at him. I'm going to need your badge number, she said calmly. Your full name. And your supervisor's contact information. Daniels gave her the information. His hands were shaking now. Brittany rushed over to Denise. Miss Lawson, I am so sorry. Are you okay? Denise nodded. I'm fine. Thank you for trying to help earlier. It was a small moment of kindness in an ugly situation, but Denise did not forget it. Here is the thing about this moment. Daniels thought he was doing his job. He thought he was catching someone doing something wrong, but he was actually creating evidence. Evidence that would be used against him. He had just handed a federal prosecutor the perfect case. And the 8 cameras in the showroom caught every single second. Let me know in the comments. What would you have done in Denise's place? 12 minutes later, Sergeant Victoria Hayes arrived. She was a 22-year veteran of the police force. She had gray in her hair and a serious look on her face. Right behind her came Tanya Webb. She was the regional manager for Tesla. By 4 p.m., 2 internal affairs officers were also there. Internal affairs is the department that investigates cops when they do something wrong. Sergeant Hayes did not waste time. She asked to see the security footage. Marcus pulled it up on the big screen in the back office. They watched everything. Denise walking in, Brittany greeting her. Denise looking at cars. The older woman watching her. Officer Daniels walking in. Every word. Every movement. Then Sergeant Hayes asked for Daniels' body camera footage. Cops wear small cameras on their uniforms. They record everything the cop sees and hears. The footage matched the store cameras perfectly. Next, she interviewed witnesses. Brittany. Marcus. 3 customers. Ray the security guard. Everyone said the same thing. Denise did nothing wrong. Sergeant Hayes looked at the original 911 call. The woman who called in said one thing: "There's a black woman here who doesn't look like she belongs." That was it. That was the whole reason Daniels showed up. Daniels tried to explain himself. "I was responding to a call. I was just doing my job." Sergeant Hayes looked at him. "The call said she didn't belong here. That's not a crime. That's not even suspicious. What facts did you have?" Daniels could not answer. "She was buying 10 cars, Sergeant Hayes said. She had a pre-approved order. She was a customer. What exactly did you think was happening?" Daniels stayed quiet. Sergeant Hayes made her decision. Officer Daniels was placed on leave right then. That means he could not work as a cop until further notice. An official investigation would begin immediately. Then she did something unusual. She walked over to Denise. She looked her in the eyes. "Ma'am, on behalf of this department, I am truly sorry for what happened today." Denise nodded. "I appreciate that, Sergeant." Tanya Webb from Tesla also apologized. She offered to give Denise all 10 cars for free. Denise said no. "I don't want free cars. I want change." That answer surprised everyone. 10 minutes later, Denise signed the papers. She bought all 10 Teslas. Full price. $380,000. As she walked out, the other customers in the store started clapping. A few of them cheered. Marcus Chen wiped his eyes. "I've never seen anything like this," he told a reporter later. "She handled it with more calm than I could ever have." If you believe in standing up for what's right, hit subscribe. We have more stories like this coming. But the real consequences for Officer Daniels were just getting started. Because while he was taking off those handcuffs, 4 different videos were already going online. At 5 p.m. that same day, David Park posted his video on Twitter. The caption was simple: "Cop handcuffs black woman for shopping at Tesla. She's a federal prosecutor." By 6 p.m., the video had 45,000 views. Local activist accounts picked it up. They shared it everywhere. By 8 p.m., it was the #1 trending topic in the state. People started using the hashtag Justice for Denise. By 10 p.m., local news stations were running the story. NBC, ABC, CBS. All of them. By midnight, the video had 2.4 million views. It was on national news. Let me give you the numbers. On Twitter, the video got 1.8 million views, 43,000 retweets, 12,000 comments. On TikTok, different people reposted it. Together, those videos got 3.2 million views. On Instagram, the Reels got 890,000 views. YouTube news clips got 1.1 million views in 2 days. People were angry. One comment said, "A federal prosecutor who trains cops on civil rights gets profiled. You can't make this up." The NAACP shared the video. They wrote, "This is exactly what we mean. Her credentials didn't protect her." Another viral comment said, "She literally wrote the book on what he did wrong." Literally. Tesla released a statement. "We are deeply disturbed by this incident. We are helping with all investigations." The police department released a statement. Officer Daniels has been placed on leave pending investigation. Daniels deleted all his social media accounts. He asked a friend to reach out to Denise. Maybe they could talk privately. Denise said no. 3 days later, Daniels made another mistake. He agreed to give an interview to a local reporter. He thought it would help. It made everything much worse. This story was shared by millions of people. Share this video if you think more people should see it. And tell me in the comments what you think should happen to Officer Daniels. On April 2, 2024, Denise filed a lawsuit in federal court. She used something called Section 1983. That is a law that lets you sue police officers who violate your rights. She claimed false arrest, unlawful detention, racial discrimination, violation of her Fourth Amendment rights. The Fourth Amendment protects you from being searched or arrested without good reason. Now here is where the story gets really interesting. When her lawyers started digging, They found a lot of dirt. Remember those 11 complaints against Daniels? They were all pulled into the case. Every single one. It showed a clear pattern. This was not a one-time mistake. He had been doing this for years. They also found the training records. Daniels was supposed to take bias training twice. He skipped it both times. The department knew and did nothing. They even tracked down the woman who made the 911 call. Her name was Margaret Hollis. She was 67 years old. She had made similar calls before about black people in nice stores. Want to know the settlement amount? Here it is, $1.2 million. The city paid that money. They did not admit they did anything wrong. But they paid anyway. But that was not all. Daniels had to pay $50,000 from his own pocket. His insurance company refused to cover him. They said his actions were willful misconduct. That means he did it on purpose. Tesla banned Daniels from all their stores. Not just this one. All of them. Across the whole country. 14 months after the incident, the police department fired him. He was done. He tried to get hired at 3 other police departments. All 3 said no. His background check told them everything they needed to know. What about Margaret Hollis? The woman who made the fake call? She got charged with filing a false police report. She paid a $2,500 fine. Daniels never said he was sorry. Not once. His police union put out a statement. It said he followed the rules. But the evidence showed something different. Denise got her money. But she did not keep it all. She gave $200,000 to a group that trains police to do better. This money won't fix the system, she said. But maybe it'll train the next generation. Tell me in the comments. Do you think $1.2 million was enough? Or should it have been more? 6 months later, Denise stood on the steps of the courthouse. Reporters gathered around her. Cameras flashed. She had a message to share. I have been doing this job for 14 years, she said. I thought I understood what victims go through. But understanding and living it are 2 different things. She paused for a moment. My daughter asked me why the policeman was mean to mommy. She is 7 years old. How do you explain that to a child? Her voice stayed steady. But you could hear the pain. I had a badge in my purse. I had credentials. I had a receipt for $380,000. And none of it mattered. In that moment, I was just a black woman who didn't look like I belonged. Then she said something powerful. If this can happen to me, with everything I have, what happens to the single mom with no money? What happens to the teenager with no camera? What happens to the immigrant who doesn't know their rights? She looked at the cameras. I want everyone to hear this. Stop calling the police on black people for existing. Stop calling because someone doesn't look like they belong. That phone call could end a life. She thanked the witnesses who spoke up. She thanked the people who recorded. She thanked Marcus and Brittany at Tesla. She even thanked her legal team. They got their cars. Then she ended with this. I enforce the law. That's my job. But that day, I learned something. The law doesn't always protect you. Sometimes you have to survive long enough to protect yourself. This case is not just about one cop or one woman. Studies show that black Americans are 5 times more likely to feel unfairly stopped by police. Shopping while black complaints went up 34% in nice stores between 2020 and 2024. Most importantly, only 12% of complaints against officers lead to real punishment. Denise won because she had money, power, and cameras everywhere. Most people do not have those things. The system needs to change. Not just for prosecutors who can fight back. For everyone. So let me ask you. Do we believe that your job title should decide if you get treated with respect? Do we accept that it takes a viral video for a bad cop to face consequences? Do we want to live in a country where shopping feels dangerous? Because if we don't fix the bias in policing, if we don't punish fake 911 calls, if we don't hold departments accountable for patterns they ignore, then we are just waiting. Waiting for the next Officer Daniels. The next Denise Lawson. The next video that makes us angry for 2 days before we forget. Comment below if you think fake police reports should lead to jail time. Not just fines. Real jail time. If you believe these stories matter, hit that subscribe button right now. We are going to keep finding these cases. We are going to keep showing you what happens. We are going to keep demanding that things change. Because this is not just about one cop in one Tesla showroom. This is about all of us. This is about the kind of country we want to live in, and the kind of country we are willing to accept. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.